Good morning.
Hello, hello everyone.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. Hello, Monica. Welcome. So I think we can jump right in, Anne.
Yeah, I think some more people are coming, but we can get started. Thanks, Sherry.
So hello, everyone, and welcome to Fabulous Friday TV. Women from all over the world are coming together today to celebrate being fabulous. TGIF, thank God it's Friday, but also thank God I'm fabulous. Isn't that a wonderful thing you can say to yourself this morning or this afternoon, wherever you are in the world? So Fabulous Friday TV is all about celebrating fabulous, feeling fabulous, living fabulous, and being fabulous. I'm Sherry Clergis in Vancouver, Canada, with At 45, the magazine for women over 45.
And I'm Anne Marat, and I am the founder of Women Connect, an elite membership program for women to upskill themselves and get themselves empowered. So I'm very happy and excited about today, and I can't wait to go and visit my favorite place again, which is Italy.
Oh, well, me too, me too. So Anne and I are so happy that you're taking time out of your day today, whether it's you're having your morning coffee, your afternoon glass of wine, or you're in the middle of the nighttime, like those of you in Australia and New Zealand. We just want to say welcome. So a little housekeeping, our show is broadcast live on Facebook and it is taped. So you can find it on our YouTube channel at 45. So before we get started, Anne, we have some things to celebrate. At 45 magazine just launched a flippable version of the digital magazine. And there is something so soothing about flipping a page in the magazine. So you can find it in your mailbox today or on the website. And Anne, you are getting ready to launch a fabulous initiative, your second annual Women's Day Summit. Tell us a little bit about it.
Oh, yes, Sherry. So last year was the start of the Women's Day Summit, which was 2020. The reason being it was going to be a live event, but because of COVID, it was put online and it was very successful. And so we're doing it again. It opened for registration yesterday, the 8th, and it will be on a early bird special, which is next to nothing. Really not about the money. It's about the sharing of advice to women all over the world. And we're going to have a guy on this time. So this gentleman is a self-made millionaire, and he has been brought up in a home with four women, 3 sisters and a mom. And so he's got a good idea of what women want. And yeah, that's the theme, what women want. I'm very excited to have some of you ladies that are on here as speakers. You yourself, Sherry, going to be a speaker at the event. And yes, as going back to what you said about the Flip magazine, I'm also, I've got a magazine, Women Connect magazine, and I put it into the Flip for the first time, and it was absolutely amazing. I actually sent you a link to that. I'm surprised you haven't got it, Sherry.
I've been so busy trying to get my version out, honestly. It was a lot of fun, but it was a challenge for sure. So I'm going to look for that and share it out with my group too.
Yes, because you needed to check your article before the 15th. So yes, and so I wanted to also just say quickly, before we visit Italy, is that if any of you ladies online now have something of interest and want to share it out with the people that read Women Connect magazine, please feel free anytime to send me an article, and it's editorial more than an advertorial, and let's get you get your presence into the magazine as well. Okay, so back to you, Sherry. Thank you for giving me that time to speak about our exciting event.
Yeah, well, I'm looking so forward to it. So everyone is ready to break free and travel. After this time of COVID, it's we all need to go somewhere. And Italy is a fabulous destination. So this week we are celebrating the romance of Italy in the At 45 magazine. We have an in-depth piece about Villa le Torri, which we're talking to Gabry today about. We've got some fascinating facts about olive oil, a tip to help you save money when you're searching for your trip, and a look into the essence of the chic Italian woman. So, in case you can't make it to Italy, we are bringing Italy to you today. And I don't know, Anne, about you, but I have loved Italy and everything Italian since my aunt married into an Italian family. And I was on the prairies of Alberta. When I was a teenager, it was like, oh my gosh, it just sounded so romantic. It's so interesting. And then Italy was the first country I visited when I first went to Europe. And so I've loved Italy ever since. And we're just so excited to be able to dive into this beautiful villa. But have you been to Italy, Anne?
Yes, I have, and I've been to Italy twice. Once because went on a cruise around the Mediterranean, and then spent a week in Venice and a week in Rome, and then once in the early 80s, actually was at the square when the Pope was doing his speech in those days. That everyone went into the big square to watch the Pope doing his speech. Yeah, I love every minute, but I love Venice. Venice for me was, yeah, it was really great. So,
Venice is a Venice is a fabulous place for sure. So today we get to talk to Gabry or Gabriel. He is the owner and manager of Villa le Torri. It's a family-owned villa nestled in the Tuscany hills outside of Florence, Italy. And this villa is managed entirely by his family, including his parents, Paolo and Maria Pia. And we are so excited to have you today talking with us, Gabry.
Yeah, hi, hello to everyone. I'm Gabriel from Villa le Torri. Welcome in Tuscany.
Well, we can see the olives trees behind you and the beautiful sunshine.
Yeah, the olives are everywhere here, everywhere in my property. So it's fantastic, yes.
And so the sky is so beautiful blue today. What's the temperature in Italy today?
The temperature is 32 degrees, a little bit windy, and it's amazing weather. Amazing.
Well, it looks fabulous. So tell us, how did you get to have a villa, Gabry?
It's a long story, but so never mind. Don't forget my parents and my grandparents, they living in this area from generation, okay? And obviously my mother and my father was really fall in love with the medieval building and everything. Not has been easy to find that here in Tuscany, but finally in the 1979, after to spend 3-4 years to find that, especially for to buy the property, not has been easy because the previous property was the Guicciardini family. Guicciardini family was one of the main family they managed the property here in Tuscany. And they decided not to sell, one time yes, one time not, but so finally in 1979 they bought this house. But obviously this house was abandoned house, were really broken house. And of course my parents, they spent all life for this house to renovate slowly, because obviously it was a huge and big investment. So of course, it was workers straight working here, but 6 months people working here, and another 6 months we take a break to pay and to decide what to do in the next few steps. So here we never finished to renovate this house, but so we are very proud now because now we have everything. We have a big property, we have the pool, we have a beautiful garden, we have the flowers, so we have everything, and we realize our dream. Of course, we have renovated everything in Tuscany style with the original stone. We have everything in original style. Also inside the building, everything is original style. And we decided to open to our guests. Talking with my friends, I was only 24 years ago. I was dreaming to have my own job. And he was a person who was traveling all over the world. And they said, "Oh, no, Tuscany is perfect to rent apartment because there is a lot of requests and everything." Okay, ready. I'm started to 1997 to renovate slowly. We do the pool inside the apartment and everything. And finally, the first guests arrived in May 98. The first year has been easy to find the market to find the guests coming here in Le Torri. But year after year, I am the first person that I thought the internet will be the best solution to have the guests here in Villa le Torri. And of course, has been a good investment. And I had year after year an explosion of guests from all over the world. And so 98 has been my point of the start of my business. And I discovered this job is amazing talking with the guests from all over the world to discover new culture of another part of the world. Because here, when the people, they come here, usually the old guests, they come here, we talk together and they feel like home because, especially because the welcome buffet on Saturday is the main part, where all guests meeting together and we start to eating with the culture, our amazing food, with the culture, our amazing wine. And we started together this adventure here in Villa le Torri for the holidays. So
it's amazing, a beautiful place. Now, Gabry, the villa is like from 12th century or 13th century. It's very old.
We found some history documents. It's a 13th century villa and there has been renovated part and there has been but the main part is original and we have renovated very very well to keep it original, because when we was renovated the house was the architecture here in Florence, they follow us because of usually it's a historic house and it was impossible to touch and to do change many things. So.
Well, we're very excited to actually see the villa, and I'm going to ask Anne to get the first video ready. But also I want to say to everyone listening and participating in the show, if you have any questions for Gabry or about the Tuscany region, just put it in the chat or in the Facebook Live comment section, and we'll try and ask them. So what we're going to do, Gabry, is share the first video and just show people what your villa is like.
Okay, perfect. You can start. Thank you. I'm Gabriel, owner and manager with my family, a 13th century medieval villa built in 1979. In the 1998, it has been subdivided in apartment, and so we are located in the heart of Tuscany, near our city art. From 2020, we have air conditioning in each room. Until the end of October, we rent by the week from Saturday to Saturday. I know it's not easy to accept it, but we take this decision because on Saturday, we offer a free, real homemade welcome buffet. We cook our fresh vegetables for this special party, sharing a glass of wine and a food with the rest of the guests, becoming to be a family from the first day. For us, has been the secret of my success. Yay! How is that in Italy? Salute! Yay! I hope you have enjoyed holidays. We put all my efforts together with my family to ensure that the Villa le Torri exceed your expectation. We want your memory and picture have to be forever with you. Feeling like home. And it's not over here. After booking, we will give you a suggestion to plan your holiday in the best way.
Oh, and every suggestion you gave to us was just perfect. Every Monday, don't forget to organize a cooking class. It's very interesting for people coming to be close to our culture, how we cook and how is healthy our food. I guarantee that our presence will be constant for any help during your stay. Thanks to your suggestion and thanks to you, have recommended it to all your friends. This is Gabby as with a great commitment that we put in our work and the commitment every day. Thanks to the passion and the care of every detail. And when the guests tell us that they feel like home is really, really extraordinary. Now I have said everything. I'm not convinced yet. Contact us and I will try to resolve any doubts. Now we leave the word to our guests. They already have the experience here with us. Are you ready? The Tuscany and I hope Le Torri, ready to stroke your heart.
So it is the center of Tuscany. It is within reach of many beautiful places, but more particularly, this resort, this villa, is something that everybody should enjoy once in their lifetime. I don't know what else to say except a big thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Me and my family will await you here in Tuscany, hoping you will have a great time with us. Ciao. See you soon.
Well, that gives everyone a glimpse for sure of the beautiful facilities there. Now, how many apartments do you have, Gabriel?
I have I have 9 units, and we have just apartment, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, and kitchen dining room, or the other one with 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and kitchen dining room. It's a large size, and we are on the top of the hill with a nice view, and this is the apartment we have, yes.
So we had one question from our audience. They were wondering, is your villa handicap friendly? Could somebody who had trouble navigating stairs or that
yes, we have 1 apartment. We have a specific bathroom for handicap and no step is flat, and it's fine because here we have 1 guest is coming every year in August, and we grew up with this young lady that has a handicap, and year after year we have improved that. So for to have also this, for to have any problem with the guest to have a handicap.
Thank you. Well, there you go, Gina. You have your answer. That's our next trip. And we have another question, Gabriel. They're asking, can you order olive oil from your wonderful villa?
Allora, no, many guests, they ask me if I sell, if I deliver the olive oil all over the world, but no, because I don't have the license to sell this olive oil. And obviously, we sell if the guests they are here, we sell, of course. But what is important for us, because we are Italian, we are in Tuscany, it's important to have on our table. This is very important. We can't stay without that. So, but we can sell it because I don't have license to sell, because I'm not real full farm. Okay, it's just rent apartment, everything, and we don't sell outside than Italy. So.
Well, and to get an olive oil license, my husband is Greek, and it's very difficult. It's very difficult to get a license to sell.
Yeah. There is many rules for the delivery, for to sell, for the food, the delivery, the food, and everything is very, very complicated. I don't have 1,000 olives. My olives, they are 200 olives, and this is just right for us and sell for the guests here. Because during July and August, we have many guests European, where they come in, they buy a big jar, so 5 liters, 3 liters, and it's okay. So, but don't forget, we don't have olive oil every year. Sometimes we have more, sometimes we have less, depends the weather, and with this increased weather, it change quickly. This is a problem. Last year it has been an excellent weather for the olives, but this year has been a little bit less quantity of oil because it's been too much warm in the end of July, end of June. Until now, it has been very high temperature, and almost the olives, they are fall down. Obviously, we have, but not like last year. So every year is different, because the climate, because of many things. So.
Well, we're going to talk a little bit more about olive oil later on in the show. But can you, we have some more questions, but first I
Yep.
wanted to talk to you about the buffet, because everyone who comes to your place, they have a lot of opportunities to eat delicious food. So I know the first night that guests arrive, you have a big buffet. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Wow, yeah. Okay, don't forget we have I am one fixer with the healthy food. Of course, we start from our vegetables garden, and we have a fresh tomatoes, fresh zucchini, fresh melanzane and everything. What do we do? On Friday or Saturday morning, we go to harvest. This is what we have, fresh vegetables that we have in our property, and after my mom cook with olive oil, almost is olive oil extra virgin, because don't forget, the butter here in Tuscany we don't use, but olive oil always, always. And when we start the welcome buffet, we do many things, from the salad, from Tuscany soup. Depends also the season. Not every time it's the same, because springtime we do something else. In the summertime we have different food, and the fall season we have a different food, because also our fruits and our vegetables, they are on season, of course. But of course, we prepare many things. For example, ribollita. Ribollita is one Tuscany soup we do in the winter, this one. But we do in the winter because we have the caili, the cabbage caili. And so with this one, my mother made the soup with our Tuscan bread, olive oil and everything, okay? And we keep in the fridge, we frost that. When we are in the welcome buffet, we use a part of that and we use that. But otherwise we make the crostini, with the pate chicken liver, the famous crostini we have here, or the famous bruschetta, okay? And after there is the pasta with the homemade food, with homemade sauce or pesto sauce, if we have many basil, so depends what we have. Or with our fresh tomatoes sauce, because the tomatoes now they are ripening on season, and we beginning to have a lot of tomatoes. And with this one, we do many tomatoes jar for make or pizza, or make the sauce, or make it just simple pasta with the basil and garlic. So otherwise, in the welcome buffet, there is also the spezzatino. Spezzatino is one of the beef muscle, okay? Cooking the Chianti wine with with the celery, onion, garlic, cook it everything very slow, okay? 2-3 hours very slow cooking, because the muscle is so hard, and for to be tender, you cook very slow. And after we add the potatoes, and we do potatoes and spezzatino, okay. And after we have, or I don't know how many, we have tripe. Do you like tripe? Because
well,
many guests they don't like, but here is a very famous here in Florence. Tripe alla Fiorentina, one typical Tuscany dish we have. This is another kind. Oh, fagioli all'uccelletta. We have our fresh beans. We cook with the sausage, garlic, and sage, and we jump in the pan, and so with olive oil extra virgin, we have another plate. So what there is else? There is many. We are around 15, 20 kind of different plate, dish, or I don't remember everything. But so you can imagine, obviously, it's a homemade, like to eat in a family. Because until I have my mom, he's 75 years old, but he's still, today, he's still beginning to cook for tomorrow, because we have the welcome buffet. And so we have this welcome buffet is the main part, because we meet with the other guests and we broke the ice with everybody, and we get begin the holiday everybody. This is very important. Obviously, on the table there is also the Chianti wine. It's the famous already Chianti wine, of the white wine if the guests they want, and this is the main part to start the holiday.
Well, I think it's so charming too, Gabry, because you have women who live in the area to come help you do that. Is that right?
No, my mother is only herself to prepare everything. So, but I'm sure there is, if she wants, there is somebody else she can help her without any problems. Yes.
And then you also have opportunities for guests to do a cooking class.
Exactly, every Monday. So I'm very proud for the cooking class, because we explain exactly to our guests how we make our healthy food from the point that we start. So we have our fresh eggs, we prepare the pasta, or the flour they are has been made from the mill here in Montespertoli. In our municipality, there is a mill. They produce the ancient grain. With this ancient grain, we make the pasta with our fresh eggs. We make the pasta and we show how to make lasagna, how to make or simple spaghetti, the guita spaghetti, so fantastic, or ravioli or cappellacci or whatever you want. So obviously in our cooking class we do two kind of pasta. Usually we do the spaghetti, it's very simple. We have a machine and everything by hand. Or otherwise, and the other one we do the gnocchi with our fresh, because we have the potatoes, we have fresh potatoes, the flour and egg. We prepare the gnocchi and it's very delicious. And of course, we cook what we have almost in the vegetables garden, and obviously with the mix of the vegetable sauce. And after we do one side dish, we prepare also side dish, depending. For example, this time we do many zucchini flour filled with the anchovies and olive soap, or maybe filled with the cooked ham and cheese, depends what you like. And after we do a side dish, we do the second dish with the pork or beef muscle, if they want to know how to make. And after we do a cake, usually it's the panna cotta in the summertime, because it's very cold and it's perfect for the summer season. So.
Well, I think you're making everyone hungry, Gabry.
No, you know, in Italy we are very busy. We are very crazy for the food, especially for myself, because for me it's very important is the ingredient that we use for make the food. And so I believe only in what we have in our vegetables garden. This is very important. So,
well, it's a very healthy way to eat. And then on Wednesday, I think you have another food opportunity where people can come together with your family.
Exactly. There is an extra, depends if the guests they like, you can decide to be enjoy or not. And it's very nice because usually we have on Wednesday, we are going to end the week, and almost the people, they love that. We do everything is homemade. My mother make the lasagna, for example, very often, because the lasagna they love, you know, they're one of the main dish we have in Tuscany. And we do the bechamel homemade. My mother make the meat sauce herself and prepare the meat sauce. I prepare the pasta homemade, okay? And I help my mom to cook because it's one of my passion to not to make this sauce, but for to make pizza, for make bread, healthy pizza, healthy bread, healthy pasta. And during this lockdown, every day was cooking something. So especially every Saturday pizza, always. From Italian, there's every time pizza. On Wednesday we do there is the lasagna, and after we cook the famous beef steak on the grill with the sausage. And after we prepare another kind of second dish and many side dish, because with the vegetables, with the zucchini, we do the eggplant, we do the pepperon, we do, I don't know, my mother, what is the cipollata. Cipollata is one onion cooked with olive oil and tomatoes, for example. Many, depends on what we have. And after we finish with the famous tiramisu, of course, because the tiramisu is another beautiful cake. Love everybody.
I think everybody loves tiramisu for sure. So you can't talk about Italy without talking about wine, Gabriel. And someone asked, always looking for wine reference from residents living in other countries. What's your preference for Italian wine, Gabry?
Of course, in Tuscany we have very good wine, and the most famous is the Brunello Montalcino wine, and is located just 1 hour and 45 minutes here. They're very, very high rules. It's a reserve, keeping the barrel for minimum 5 years, very strong, with a flavor, very important. Obviously, depends on what we're eating. With the beefsteak, this Brunello wine is really, really perfect because it's still strong. We compare very well with this kind of food. And after we have here we have the Chianti Classic wine, and we have almost the 70% minimum that have to be the Sangiovese grapes. And after we have Trebbiano, Canaiolo, Colombino in low percent, but the main have to be Sangiovese.
Well, and there's all kinds of wineries all around you. Uh, it's just amazing.
See, here we have, for example, walking distance, we have the beautiful Pupiano Castle. And you can see from our villa, just half mile from here. And they organize very wine tour, wine tasting. There is a lovely person, Janine, that organized the wine tour, wine tasting. And it's very fantastic because she have a very passion for that and is amazing. You can see there also another video about that I realized this winter with Janine in Pupiano Castle, because also the view is amazing, and we can arrive to see until San Gimignano, and you can imagine it's located here 45 minutes from here. So obviously here is full of winery everywhere, because the main business in this country is the wine.
Right. And someone else is asking, what is the nearest town or village to you, Gabry?
The nearest village is San Quirico in Collina. Is a very small town, just 1,000 people. And it is just walking distance, 8 minutes walking from Villa le Torri, where is the bar, there is a grocery, there is a butcher, there is a pharmacy, there is a bank. Small village, but there is everything to survive.
And people were asking like whereabouts you're located. So you're actually really central to a lot of places in that region. You're 3 hours from Rome.
Exactly. Now I explain you where we are located. Just, for example, the famous Cinque Terre is 1 hour and 40 minutes. So we are Florence, just 30 minutes. Pisa is 1 hour exactly. Siena is 45, 50 minutes. San Gimignano, 45 minutes. To arrive to Rome is a couple of hours, 2 hours and a half, no more. And to arrive to Milan is 4 hour driving. To arrive to Venice is around 4.5 hours to go to Venice. Because sometimes we have the guests also one day, they start early with the car, they go into Venice for 1 day and back. For me, it's crazy because there is a lot of things to see. But I'm sure that Venice is one of the main and beautiful cities we have in Italy, of course.
Yes. Now, another question from Julie in Mexico. She's asking, do you do group pricing, or like could a tour come and book your whole space?
I didn't understand it, probably, Sherry. Can you repeat it, please?
Yeah, Julie's wondering, do you book your whole place for tours? Like, is there group pricing, a group? If a group
yes. No, if there is a request, we have the guest, we can rent the old villa without any problem. There is a little bit discount for the group, of course, and it's no problem. It's not the first time. For example, we had 90 last year. We have many guests from Canada. We have one lady coming from Canada, and they rented the 2 weeks last in 2018. They stay here with the old villa for 2 weeks. We have a wine association, for example. We was awaiting last year in October, but we know what's happening now. We have posticipated to the next year in October. They coming, they rent all villa. We organized together the tour and everything. We spoke about the wine, where to go, and everything. So obviously we are flexible, and I appreciate it to help all guests if they decide to come here also in a group, and the plan exactly what they dream.
Yes. So somebody else was just asking, do you also give guests an opportunity to learn to make pasta? So we answered that question. You do have a cooking class on Monday nights there.
I'd like me to do that. Because, for example, this week we have one guest required me to make the spaghetti de guita, because we have a small group from Poland the next week. And so, okay, if you want, if I have time, I said, I can show you how to make the pasta. Of course, I'd like me, but here I manage everything here. The gardening, the pool, the welcome buffet, arrive all the guests. So obviously it's a full day job. And of course, I don't know if I really have the time. I'd like me, but so, or I begin to organize different, my business, or now it's difficult. So, but we will see. We never know.
So, go ahead, Anne.
I think Julie is asking if you do group bookings. Do you have group pricing, like block bookings for a number of rooms? And is the pricing per night, or per apartment or per person?
No, we confirm we rent only from Saturday to Saturday, from April until October. And of course, the price is each apartment is not per person. We have just the apartment price.
Okay, so and Gabry, we're just having a little bit of trouble with the internet. So we're going to give it just a break for a sec. And
are you okay now?
Are you okay now? I think he's still having problems.
Yeah. So Gabry, just we'll give it a couple seconds, and Anne's going to play another one of the videos. And this one is about olive oil and how to, the right way to taste olive oil.
Well, there are two olive ones, but hopefully we'll get the right one. Okay, just give me a second to get this up.
As you can see, when the flesh is squeezed, it is very full-bodied and dense. After a few months, it's transparent. It loses the pinch in the throat, typical freshly squeezed flavor, but the remaining flavor does not change. As per family tradition, we make the fettuta, as very simple recipe, because is simply there are good things. Let's take a slice of bread. It's homemade, the bread is better. It's a toasted and rubbed garlic. Olive oil. And a pinch of salt. It's very good. You will immediately feel the taste of the oil new with a bitter and delicate inching taste that remains in the throat. Very, very good. And don't forget, an excellent Chianti wine. Cheers, salute. You can also taste the new extra virgin olive oil on seasoned vegetables. In our garden, there is a triumph of vegetables from fennel, leek, celery, and many other vegetables. Very, very excellent and fresh vegetables. We take a small bowl, pour a little salt, and pour our oil. They delight and refresh the palate and are good inside and outside our body. A real goodness. What are you awaiting to come and spend your holiday here with us in Tuscany? Me and Villa le Torri, we await, and don't forget, on Saturday from April and October, we have a free welcome buffet, and you will test also this excellent olive oil extra virgin. Thanks, and if you like, and see you soon. Ciao.
Okay, let's try again, Gabry, and see if we can, if you've got a more.
It is from me, Gabry, and from Villa le Torri.
Okay.
Today I am here.
Start again.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. You know what's happening? Not the reception lost it. Not has been the reception because I was in the pool with the reflection of the pool and everything. It was heated the iPad. Now I changed the position. It was a big problem. So never mind. Now it's okay.
Oh, well, we're glad to have you back. So we answered the questions about the tours. So I'm just going to see what other ones we had. Oh, somebody's commenting about wanting to make the bread that you were tasting the olive oil with.
It is, of course, in the welcome buffet, there is also test oil, of course, because we a slice of bread. This is in our culture because what's happening when we arrive in October, or mostly we press it in November, but somebody they start in October. Okay, we press the olive oil in this time, and when we have pressed in all family, we make this crunchy bread. We rub the garlic, salt, and olive oil, and we do the tower. It's amazing, and we eat it for 1 week like that. Because what's happening? The olive, when it has been pressed, they have a high flavor, high taste, and everything. Because of what's happening, after 4 or 5 months, they do the sediment, because obviously we need to keep in the same temperature, no high, no warm, no cold, the same temperature. And they usually in the dark area, this is very important. And they do the sediment, they go the end, and they becoming to be clean in around April, May. But when we have in November, the taste is amazing.
Oh, that's fascinating. I didn't know that. And
Yeah.
can you tell us the difference between regular olive oil and virgin olive oil, Gabry?
Okay, allora, extra virgin olive oil is very important because it's healthy and has been making just in the mechanical processing. Okay, what's happening? For to make the olive oil extra virgin, we harvest the olive oil. It has been washed the olives before it has been separated the leaves, and after there is the olives that has been milled, okay, pressed, and after with a centrifugation, we have separated the oil from the liquid from the sediment. And with that, we have the extra virgin olive oil. Obviously, to have the olive oil and extra virgin depends, we test with a machine, okay, because we don't know exactly. This important is the acidity. The acidity, what is this? The acidity depends the olives, how many time you have from the time you harvest, from the time you press it. Obviously, they need to happen in a short time to have a low acidity. Obviously, there is the rules for that. Between 0.8 and 2.0 is extra virgin olive oil. Over 2.0 until 3 is olive oil, okay? And after 4.0 over is very acidity is so high, and there is no use for eating, because in all Italy is not the culture is the same. For example, now I explain you what is the culture for us, because we press maximum 2-3 days. We go to press, we fix an appointment, we await, press the oil. After 2-3 hours, you have olive oil and it's ready. But in many places, for example, in southern Tuscany, now begin to have, not in southern Tuscany, in South Italy, they have a different olives, and they are waiting a lot before to pressing, okay? Because they have the very tall, like in Greek, okay? They have 15 meters, 20 meters of plant. They are 300, 400 years old plant, and they big a problem to harvest because they are so very high, okay? And what they doing? They put the net on the floor, they are waiting the wind, they fall down, and after 1 week, they take and go to press. But obviously, this is a long time. And if you pass a long time, what's happening? The acidity becoming too high. And this is not the real extra virgin, no olive oil, but this oil is not so very, very good. Of course, now in the South Italy, now beginning, they have the machine, but in many places, we still have this difference. Of course, we can have olive oil extra virgin only if we have the we evaluate the acidity, the polyphenol, and the peroxidate. I hope to have wrote in the right way, because in English it's very complicated to pronounce that. So, and with that, we know if it's olive oil extra virgin.
And so it's almost like with different grapes, like different regions have different kinds of olives or different flavors of olives?
Yeah, exactly. We have, in Italy, we have more than 500 kind of different olive oil, okay? You can imagine just here in Tuscany, we have around 180 to 200 different olive oils plants. There is many different plants. For you, every time, it's the same. But for us that we are here, we know which olive is this, because the olive is different. One is dark, one is green, one is small, one is big. It depends, okay? And there is also in some farm they produce for each kind of olives, they produce olive oil. But we have a mix in my family. And there are 5 kinds of olives, and they are Morellino, Frantoiano, Frangente, and we have the Lecchino, is one of the beautiful Lecchino. Is like a oak, big leaves, and is a little bit different, and is really has been made here in this area. We are so very proud for that. And here, especially for olive oil, we grow up very well the olives because what is important in the land, okay, there is the clay, but it's important because there is the stone, because the olives, they don't want the water in the roots. Otherwise, it's big problem.
Very interesting.
Gabriel, how has the COVID affected your business? And the reason why I ask is that there is a lady, Judy, that's on the show today, and she is looking to have a writer's retreat, and she wants, that's why, and she was asking about the pricing and whether, are you operational at this stage? Can you?
We already do the writing in April with one of the guests coming every year. We do the writing here, and it's very lovely. If you want to know the price, you can see on my booking online. You can see, because obviously we rent from Saturday to Saturday. The guests, they come here every this period, and they do the lesson, because we have in our property a special room. Okay, and we do the lesson with the teacher about that. So if the people they want, is absolutely is no problem. And
Gabry, do you want to just share your website URL? Anne is probably going to put it up, but it's villaletorri.com. Is that right?
Villaletorri.com, exactly, yes.
So I wasn't really clear on the answer. I mean, are you operational now or not?
No, I am operational. Yes, yeah. I was to cut the garden. I stopped, and after I start when I finish with the meeting. So, but we are preparing for tomorrow, because tomorrow we have a big change. Of course, we have the guests leaving, but we are not full booked until tomorrow, because with the COVID we had, we have a few guests, and we have 4 or 5 apartments. This week only 2 apartments. Next week we are full booked. The week after we have 6 apartments. Now we are starting, but very slowly. And we are starting just in June, when we know we are full booked from April until October, with of course 80% they are the guests from Canada and USA, almost from Canada, yes. And here we have many guests, the people, word of mouth, the business, and they suggest to come back, or the people come back directly. So in 22 years, I do a business like that. So word of mouth is the main business.
So Gabriel, would it be okay if we gave Julie your info, because she's not finding any pricing on your website, and she would really like to connect with you? Could we do that?
Okay, yes, it's no problem. You can do that. So I appreciate it. So because okay, you can send to me, and it's no problem. So we can be in contact. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much.
And that's how I first met Gabry, because at 45, 3 years ago, was going to have a retreat at his facility. So it's here we had one guest, they coming here in April. He come here, he's a writer, and he write 2-3, stay 2 months here, okay, because that in the March, February, or off season we rent for long-term rentals, and the people, they stay here, have time, and he loves to write, and he wrote many books, and now it's the 6 years they coming, and he do the retreat with the guests. He found the guest, and he do the retreat here in Tuscany. Yes.
And one other question, Gabry. Someone asked, do you have a place to buy souvenirs in that, like
Where, here in Villa le Torri or in this area?
Well, in Villa le Torri or in your area too.
Here in Villa le Torri, we have just what we produce: olive oil, tomato sauce, jam marmalade, cantuccine, the cookies, for example. So just put the wine, of course, and the white red wine. That's it. For me, we have just to sell that. Obviously, here in the town, in each town, there is famous for One place is famous for the ceramic, the hand painting the ceramic. Each there are different things, of course. And of course, if you go in the main village like San Gimignano, Siena, you will find a lovely shop and amazing handcrafts.
Okay, that's great. Well, Gabry, you have brought us to Italy, listening to the birds and seeing the trees move behind you. It's been a wonderful experience. And I'm sure that a lot of our listeners are going to be looking you up and getting in touch with you. So thank you for taking the time today to share your beautiful facility with us.
Okay, good. Thank you very much for everything. For me, it has been lovely to talk with you. And so I appreciate your article in the magazine, and I appreciate it to give me the opportunity to explain what I love in my life. And I want to wish all lady and everything to be happy, to be healthy, to be excellent life, to have excellent life.
Oh, thank you. And so are we on our way there?
Of course we are, Sherry. Yes, absolutely. I'd love to come and visit your villa. And I will send you, Julie, your details, Gabriel, so she can chat to you further. She's had to get off the show, so she's already gone. But yeah. Oh no, she's still there. But anyway, Julie will let you know. That's just amazing. I haven't been to Tuscany. I'd love to go to Florence. Yes, definitely.
Yeah, it sounds wonderful. So next week we have another a very interesting show. We have Janice Rinko talking to us. Gosh, Anne, I forgot what the title is. Hold on here a sec. Let me see.
It's about
yes.
You can be friends.
Can we be friends with our kids?
Yeah.
Oh, and Janice, you'll remember, she was on the show a couple months ago. She has a wonderful style. She delivers with a lot of humor. So you will want to check in next week to listen to her ideas on how you can be friends with your kids. And I know there is a definite transition stage, isn't there, Anne, going from your child to becoming a friend on a even keel with your children?
Yeah, I think that I don't. Okay, this is my personal point of view, my opinion. I think that that being a friend to like your children while they're younger, I don't think that works. But it definitely does change when they become adults. And my kids, I mean, on Monday, my son's going to be 34 years old, believe it or not. And so then the friendship develops, I think. But I'm dying to hear what she has to say next week. So be on, ladies.
Absolutely. Now, you don't look old enough to have a son 34, I have to say.
And I don't know what's happened. I think someone dyed my hair while I was sleeping. I'm looking like my hair's orange today. What's going on?
Well, so there you have it. We have had a wonderful time visiting Italy today. Thank you so much, Gabry, for sharing Villa le Torri with us and helping us understand all the intricacies of olive oil. Remember that you are fabulous, so be fabulous and have a wonderful week. We hope you'll share the show out and we'll see you next week. Ciao.